My wife and I were missionaries in Papua New Guinea from 1968 through to 2000. And in 1985 we were living in Kundiawa, a little town in the Simbu province in Papua New Guinea, and starting churches in that province. Every Wednesday I started going to the local prison for a Bible study on Wednesday afternoon. This particular Wednesday I did what I usually do, put my helmet on and kicked my motorbike into action and took off up the windy road that led towards the prison. In the highlands of New Guinea, all the roads are windy, and I was going around this corner and I saw a little boy starting to run across the road. He got to the middle of the road and stopped. But then, just as I continued to go, he decided to run as well. He ran, I hit the boy, and the boy went tumbling. And I went sliding down the road. Well, in New Guinea, we'd been told, if you ever hit a person on the road, do not stop. There is payback. But that's one thing if you're driving a car, but I was on the road, the boy was on the road, my bike was on the road. I knew there's no point trying to escape, I'm stuck. So I got up and I thought, wonder what the boy's like, because what he's like is what I'm going to be like. So I picked him up and I could see blood coming from a gash on his head. And I thought, uh-oh, that's not good. And immediately I'm surrounded by people. And I thought, uh-oh, what happens now? I had heard of people being killed in situations like this. And I just a silent prayer, Lord, help. And one guy steps forward, sort of takes control and says, who are you? Where were you going? And I'm trying to evaluate the crowd and wondering, and he says, are you with a mission? I said, yes, a Nazarene mission. I'm on my way to the prison. We do a Bible study there. He says, no problem, no problem. It was the boy's fault. And then he turns to everybody else. Isn't it right? True. You guys saw it? The boy ran into the bike. He didn't drive the bike at the boy ran into the bike. It's the boy's fault. And I said, yeah, that's right. And then somebody says, oh, we better get the boy fixed up. So somebody took the boy off down to some aid post to get fixed up. And then somebody says, oh, here comes Papa. And so I looked over their heads, and here's a man running down the road with his machete in his hand. And this guy stopped, Papa, easy, Papa, easy, easy. Don't do anything. Your boy's gonna be okay. He's gone down to the aid post. You want to see your boy? You go to the aid post. Somebody said, what are you going to do now? And then one says, hey. And then I began to realize that I'd skinned my elbows and I'd skinned my knees. I was wearing short trousers and I had blood coming down my knees, blood dripping off my elbows. And I looked at that and I said, oh, well, I don't think I'll be going to the prison today. I guess I need to go back home. They said, how are you going to get home? I thought, oh, that's a good question. Somebody says, I got a truck. I can take you home. They went and got the truck, put my motorbike on the back of the truck. A couple of guys jumped on the back to hold the bike. They put me in the front seat and they drove me home. Started to recover. A bit shaken after coming off the bike, but just very thankful to God that was amazing. I came through that with just scrapes. That was all. It was about 10 or 12 days later. The mail came and I opened one of the letters and it was from the NMI president in England. And she says, Neville and Joyce, how are you both? I've been so concerned about you. I've been praying a lot for you yesterday and today. Just wondering what's going on with you. And I looked at the date on the letter and I said to my wife, when did I have my accident? What was that date? And the date of the accident and the date of the letter was the same date. So the time that I had my accident, somebody on the, this is still emotional, somebody on the other side of the world was listening to God. And God said, pray for Neville and Joyce. She had no reason to pray except an inward prompting, they need your prayer. She prayed, and I'm glad she listened, because I wouldn't be telling this story today. So that was now, almost 40 years ago, that accident took place. And as I've thought about it, I thought, who was that guy that stepped forward and took control of that situation? I don't know. But nobody ever came to me later and said, I'm the man that saved your life. I need some reward. That would have been quite normal and quite expected. I don't know who that person was, but I'm wondering whether God sent an angel in answer to somebody's prayers. But I'm very thankful that somebody was listening, and when God laid on their heart the need to pray, they took that, they listened, they prayed, and God answered, and that's the story. God bless you.